let's review how to complete your direct federal Parent Plus loan requirements step by step. So we're going to do a demo here. We will first do the application process and go over some of the glitches you could hit depending upon your child's college. So the first thing you'll do is log into studentaid.gov. If you don't have a username or password, then you wouldn't have been able to complete a FAFSA. So use your FAFSA or federal ID and password to log in. If you don't have one, make one. And then you can go, you'll come into your dashboard right here. You'll select grants and loans, and then you'll go right down to Plus Loan over here. And this will take you to the section where plus loan borrowers start. So you're going to select the type of borrower you are. Are you a parent of a student, undergraduate student, or are you a graduate or professional student? And you'll select, yes, I'm a parent of a student, undergraduate student. We'll hit learn more. It'll tell you the process. You'll request a direct plus loan. Through this system most of the time. They will conduct a credit check. If you have a freeze on your credit, then you may need to lift it before you can process this. If you have adverse credit history, you can click here to see what they mean by adverse credit history. You could be denied. It is credit check light, I would tell you. So I would go ahead and apply for it and see what happens. If you do get denied, you can take that denial, give it to the financial aid office, and they can add an additional $4,000 to $5,000 onto your student's direct federal loan, which is also known as the old direct federal Stafford loan. Once you complete the application, then you will move on to step 2, which is completing the master promissory note. So over here, I'm going to select I'm a parent of an undergraduate student, and I'm going to hit the start button. And it's going to give you my name, and it'll have all your details in here. We'll say 25, 26. Remember, you can't do this until June 1st of the coming academic year. You can either add or pick a student here, and then you want to make sure that the information is correct. And then over here, you get to choose the school. So I'm going to choose a school in DC, right? District of Columbia. So I just type in DC just to show you what happens. This is unique. Most schools or colleges don't do this, but some do. So I'm going to choose Catholic University, and you can see this big red box. They do not participate in the online application with the Department of Ed. They like to do things differently. So you would have to go right to their financial aid webpage, and there'll be a form there that you fill out. They'll get you approved through the system on their own, and then they'll have you come out and do the master promissory note here, right? So I'm going to choose a different state now and show you what happens for most schools. So we'll go Boston University. Okay, and they participate. You can see the nice green box here, and you can hit continue. Now, what you would do is just hit, you'll hit continue. Let's see, we'll put the state in here, and we'll put a fictitious number in here, and we'll be able to move on. We'll hit continue. And then it's going to ask you, I want to borrow the maximum direct plus loan for which I'm eligible for. So that'll be changing this year, but for returning parents, it'll remain the same. So if you don't know how much you need, you haven't calculated the cost minus your student's loan that they might be borrowing under the direct federal loan program or their grants, their scholarships, etc., you can hit, I want to borrow the maximum that I'm eligible for, and it will back out everything that the school will do this behind the scenes, back out everything you've already accepted, like awards, scholarships, and your student's direct federal loan. Or you can put, I would like a specific amount. Now, remember, if you are a new federal loan borrower this year, meaning your student's going to attend 2026 to 2027, direct plus loan amounts that you can borrow have changed significantly. So the maximum would be 20,000 in that case. So you could not go over that amount. So you want to be aware of that. So in many of our other videos, we go over what you can do with that, like doing a layering effect, getting a private student loan and a direct federal plus loan, or using a payment plan or a combination. But there are some big changes, and just let us know if you have questions about that. But let's say I know what I want. I need 30,000, right? Or I could say I don't know the amount I need to borrow and just get pre-approved and come back later. You'll pick the loan period once again, right? You'll see here BU's asking you to pick from August to June. So it's a full academic year. You would need to wait until June 1 to do this for a student that will be attending 26 to 27. So you would select that, and then it will ask you some questions about deferment. Do you want to defer repayment of your plus loan while the student is in school at least half time, right? You can see on a half-time basis. You could answer yes or no. Do you want to defer repayment of your plus loan for 6 months after the student has graduated or ceased to be in half-time? You could put yes or no here. And then you would select, I authorize the school to use my direct plus loans to pay for educational related charges that the student incurs at the school as described above, right? So these are mandatory fees and tuition. Where do you want the credit balance option to go? So this is really important. If there's going to be a residual that you might be paying off-campus rent with, or some other qualified expenses, and you want to make sure that that money gets to you, you would select me, the parent. If you are pretty sure it won't be much, you could say the student, and you would hit continue. And oh, we have to pick a loan period. Hang on, we'll do the loan period. And then continue. And then you would answer the relationship to the student here, the student's citizenship, and then you would continue. I think I have to pick this. We'll pick that and move on. I'm not going to go forward with the credit check. I'm just trying to display to you. If you've placed a freeze on your credit, then this will not go through. You do have to lift that off in order to do this. So it'll have you read all the parts of the agreement. You'll certify, you'll hit continue, and in seconds, you will get an approval or denial right here, review and submit. And it'll be saved in your account, your federal loan account. Once you are done with that, you can move right on to the master promissory note for the direct federal plus loan. And that's what I would do. The school will get the notification that you've been accepted for the federal parent plus loan in 24 hours. And then they will also receive the MPN or master promissory note. You'll come down here and say, I'm a parent of the student. You'll hit start. You'll once again pick the school, the student, and you'll complete that. It's really quick. So good luck with that, and let us know in the comments below if you have questions.